I start work before sunrise. The building is quiet then, almost gentle. Floors still hold yesterday's footprints, and the air smells faintly of disinfectant and burnt coffee from the night shift. I like those hours. No one needs anything from me yet. No one looks through me. People think janitorial work is about mops and trash bags. It's actually about noticing. You notice what people leave behind. Cups half full. Notes crumpled and tossed. Offices carefully locked, and others left open, careless, assuming someone else will close them. That assumption follows me everywhere. I found out about the Christmas party by accident. My cousin posted pictures online, fairy lights, catered food, matching sweaters. My parents were there. My sister was there, glowing in red, her arm looped through her fiancé's. Everyone looked warm, intentional. I stared longer than I meant to, waiting to see myself in the background. I wasn't there. I told myself there had been a mistake. Maybe the invite got lost. Maybe it was small. Maybe it wasn't really a party. A week later, my sister mentioned it casually on the phone. "Oh, it was lovely," she said. Why kept it appropriate? I asked what she meant. She hesitated, then laughed a little. You know, professional. Some of his colleagues were there, it just wouldn't have fit. I waited for more. For an apology, maybe. Or a clarification that made sense. She added, softer but firmer, "You're just a janitor." It would have been awkward. I didn't argue. I thanked her for being honest and ended the call. That night, I replayed the sentence over and over. Not because it hurt sharply. It didn't, but because it explained too much. Why my name was often left off group messages. Why family photos were taken before I arrived. Why introductions always came with qualifiers. When I told my parents, I expected discomfort, at least denial. Instead, my mother laughed. "Oh, don't be sensitive," she said. "She's entering a different world now. That can't be helped." My father hummed in agreement, like this was an unfortunate but natural law. Gravity. Weather. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't list sacrifices. I didn't remind them that for 4 years I had quietly paid my sister's medical school tuition. That my job, unimpressive as it sounded, had steady benefits, overtime, and no debt. I just said, "I see." And for the first time, I meant it. The decision didn't feel dramatic. It came slowly, settling like dust. If my presence was inconvenient, then my money shouldn't feel entitled. I logged into the payment portal a week later. Same routine as always. Same numbers. Same deadline. I didn't pay. No announcement followed. No warning. I didn't want leverage. I wanted alignment. I wanted my actions to finally match how I was being treated. Life went on. I worked. I ate dinner alone. I cleaned offices where people made 5 times my salary and never learned my name. None of that felt new. What felt new was the absence of resentment. For once, I wasn't propping up a version of myself no one respected. The notice came 2 months later, to my parents. A formal letter from the medical school outlining unpaid fees and impending penalties. My phone rang at 7:12 a.m. during my lunch break. My mother's voice sounded tight. "There's been some mistake," she said. "The school says the tuition hasn't been paid." I let the silence stretch, not to punish, but because I needed to breathe through the moment. "I didn't pay it," I said finally. "What do you mean you didn't pay it?" My father cut in. "You always pay it." "I used to," I said. I stopped. They asked why, as if the answer hadn't been handed to them weeks ago. As if respect and money weren't connected until one disappeared. I explained calmly. No speeches. No accusations. I told them I didn't feel included as family, only as a resource. That I had accepted that role for a long time, and I no longer would. My mother cried. My father sounded offended. My sister didn't call at all. They talked about consequences. About her future. About how hard she'd worked. I listened. Then I said, "I work hard too." No one argued with that. They couldn't there, inconvenient and solid. The school deadline passed. My sister took out a loan. Conversations became strained and formal. Invitations remained scarce. But something subtle shifted. When my parents called after that, they didn't laugh anymore. When my sister finally reached out, her tone was careful, polite. Not warm, but not dismissive either. They hadn't apologized. I hadn't asked them to. I still clean buildings before sunrise. I still move quietly through other people's spaces. But when I lock doors at the end of my shift, I feel something new settle in my chest. It isn't triumph. It isn't revenge. It's dignity, uncelebrated, unannounced, and finally mine.